Hey guys, so this is not really a build guide, just going to be an overview on my league starter, which is going to be Kinetic Fusillade on a Reliquarian, which I think is the most underrated Ascendancy for a Wonder League start right now. Two main reasons. First, you get Grace of the Goddess, +2 maximum number of Summon Sacred Wisps, which is pretty much 50% more damage, and Prospero's Protection, which shout out to Poopbutts' video from last league now. Yeah, the moment I saw Prospero's Protection in the Reliquarian, immediately caught my eye as to what I wanted to build around. Especially since I also want a Reliquarian for my other build ideas later on in the league. So, first things first, I'm not really going to talk about the offensive scaling for this build, because it's pretty generic Kinetic Fusillade stuff, which has been pretty well explored already. The defensive shell of this build is what really I think is interesting. As I mentioned, we run Prospero's Protection node, which doubles. So what it does is, armor from equipped shield is doubled, and body armor, you gain no armor, and then you get another 10% chance to block, which is not irrelevant, but not that relevant, because we're not really scaling block in this build. With this node, we run a hybrid life, armor, and any shield setup with Corrupted Soul. So you can see we have 4.1k life. This should be 4. Right, I don't have. Yep, should be looking like this. 4.4k life, 5k energy shield. So with Corrupted Soul, you want your energy shield and life to be about the same. So this, we probably have a max hit of around almost 9k. And on top of that, we have 68k armor. So let's talk about the armor setup first. So generally, armor energy shield outside of an Aegis Aurora setup is pretty weak. So as compensation, they get some of the strongest masteries in the game. So if we look at this mastery, 100% increased armor and energy shield from equipped body armor if your helmet, gloves, boots are all armor ES bases. And also recover 5% of energy shield over 1 second when you take fizz damage from an enemy hit. So we don't really care about the armor from this, because obviously our body armor doesn't give us any armor, but it pretty much doubles our energy shield from our body armor slot. So it makes it really easy to get enough energy shield to get the maximum value for Corrupted Soul. On top of this, we run the Unique Jewel Energized Armor, which is a corrupted version of a Crimson Jewel, I believe, and it's generally pretty cheap, like 1C. And if you slot it up here, it converts all of these energy shield passive skill points into armor ones at 200% value. So what this reads instead is 60% increased energy shield becomes 120% increased armor from equipped shield. So this will be 100% and this will be 60%. So if you can just see, me specking these 3 points gives me about 23k armor. So really, really efficient armor wheel. And of course, you get this 2% increased attack damage per armor on shield, which is another really efficient offensive point. So all of this together with determination and a bit of aura scaling as well, right? So we take sovereignty. I would love to take influence as well, but I kind of can't fit it with my current setup. But we take sovereignty, and the last Reliquarian Ascendancy we take is actually Victarios influence, because I think the armor nodes on Reliquarian are all pretty weak. So if we just get some reservation and +3 level aura skills gems, this is like 8% more damage as well, so it's not even that bad. And on top of that, we do need the reservation efficiency. It helps with our life reservation as well. So all in all, not too bad. We get a bit of aura scaling with the determination. This gives us a lot of armor as well. So we pretty much spawn in with nearly 70k armor. And this is, of course, with a Dawnbreaker, which is a really powerful item. Gives you 25k armor and Fizz taken as fire. So it helps with our Fizz max hit as well. It's a very common 1C unique. So I think that's pretty much it for the mechanics of this defensive shell. Other than that, we run Crown of the Inward Eye as our helmet slot because it's armor ES base, and it gives us roughly 15% more damage just from the transfigurations. Yeah, 15% more damage. Gives us a pretty efficient life, 20% increased max life. It's better than a life roll generally. So, yeah, it's not mandatory, just a really good efficient piece. Probably like 20C-ish on league start. Crown of the Inward Eye. Yeah. Not going to be too expensive, just a really efficient piece you can get early on. Other than these uniques that are Fusillade specific, you don't really run any expensive pieces. You don't really need the Dying Sun. You don't really need any of these unique jewels. They're just damage, right? Oh, you need the Glorious Vanity, of course. But all of these are just damage. You can supplement it with a Searching Eye while you work towards getting some of the more expensive jewels. So I just have them in here as something to work towards for myself. Right, a few more things specific to running armor. So armor in PoE is balanced around having Molten Shell, and since we're scaling a little reduced and less duration with Kinetic Fusillade, you get pretty poor Molten Shell uptime. So I choose to path up to Dynamo to get our mana reservation wheel. Even though we're point hungry, it's not that inefficient, but getting the 40% increased guard duration puts the Molten Shell uptime at a bit above 50%. So it's going to feel a lot less bad compared to if you want to take it. So if I didn't run it, let's see how. Yeah, 40% uptime, 2.7 skill duration when the base is like 3 seconds, I think. So it's going to feel really poor uptime wise if you don't run Dynamo. And I do believe there's also going to be a cooldown recovery support gem. It's going to help a lot with your Molten Shell uptime with reduced duration scaling. That being said, it's still pretty efficient because you do want the life. It's a lot harder to cap out the life side of Corrupted Soul than it is to cap out the energy shield side, since we have this armor and energy shield mastery point. And of course, Iron Will, pretty efficient, notable as well. Keystone, pretty efficient Keystone. Talking about capping out energy shield and life, I'm going to talk a bit about the chest slot. So although Prospero's, it reads gain no armor from equipped body armor, I do believe the best slot base for the chest slot is still going to be a Sacred Chainmail. The reason being, it's already so easy to cap out your energy shield for Corrupted Soul. For example, if I switch this to a crappy Twilight Regalia with just 800 and something ES, you see, we're way overcapped for energy shield compared to life. So you can kind of lower the amount of energy shield you have from the slot. We're already not really taking any energy shield points, right? Only 63% increase from the tree. These are all like hybrid energy shield life points, right? These points, obviously, you need the armor and energy shield. To be honest, I'm considering dropping Sanctum of Thought if the recovery for ES is good enough. I haven't done any extensive testing, obviously. Can't be bothered. But yeah, that's the plan right now. So Sacred Chainmail is the best because it can roll... body armors with a strength requirement can roll additional PDR as a suffix. 8% additional PDR. This is going to help a lot for Divine Shield. It's going to count towards more physical damage prevented. And it's also going to increase the value of our armor, right? Because of how the armor formula works. So I do believe we want to run a Sacred Chainmail. The other option you can have is running Replica Covenant for an insane amount of damage. Well, not an insane, but it is a damage boost. Right, how much is it by itself? It's like 30% more damage, roughly, the level 29 anti-cold, but I'm not sure we're able to sustain the energy shield cost. Maybe if the recharge is still in place, we can sustain it. So that's an option. The next is Doppelganger, guys. So you get 40% less physical and chaos damage taken while sane, and regen 10% of life, which you can unspec the life mastery, because this is a life roll on it, and take ZO for some better ES recovery. This is a really defensive option, because it really ramps up your max fizz hit, but it kind of, I guess it gives you enough energy shield as well to make up for half-half on the Corrupted Soul. So it's a really strong defensive option, but I think this build is tanky enough that you probably just want to run the rare, just so you can run the Eater and Exarch implicits for Wrath Aura Effect, and Crit Strike Multi. Because that'll just give you about 15% more damage, right? How is Doppelganger giving me damage? Yeah, I don't even know why putting Doppelganger on gives me damage, but that's besides the point. I think Sacred Chainmail is the way to go. Yeah, I think the build is more than tanky enough. I'd rather choose to use a rare for the implicits. And that's about it. Thanks for listening, guys. If you're interested in the build, I will link the POB in the description, or maybe comment below if I can't link in description yet. And if there's anything that stands out that can be improved on that maybe I missed, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. Thanks, guys.